Hi, my name is Monica James. I'm going to present my article review video presentation for the course Applied Educational Research at Columbus State University. The course number is EDUF 7116, spring 2016. Teaching is one of the most hardest and one of the most rewarding jobs in the world. We often say that students make it worth it, but there's something else that can make or break your happiness as a teacher, and that's our colleagues. In today's accountability-driven schools, it is critical for educators to critically examine students' performance as well as their own practice. The building blocks of professional learning teams are collaborative teams of teachers who work together to change the way they teach in order to address students' learning needs. The article that I will be reviewing is called Teachers, Teams, and Distributed Leadership, a study of group, discourse, and collaboration. The purpose of this article is to explore distributed leadership as it relates to two teacher teams and one public secondary school. Both situational and social aspects of distributed leadership are the focus of this investigation. The authors of this article are Jay Scribner, R. Keith Sawyer, Sheldon Watson, and Vicki Myers. Some of the key terms that you will find in this article and throughout this PowerPoint is distributed leadership. It is the attitude rather than a management technique. It means seeing all members of the faculty and staff as experts in their own right. Teacher teams. A group of teachers working together to plan, conduct, evaluate the learning activities for the same group of students. School improvement. It speaks for itself. Discourse. You're going to see that word a lot throughout this presentation. It is the language that teachers and students use to communicate with each other in the classroom. Analysis. It means to closely study something very carefully and to learn the nature and relationship of the parts by a close and careful examination. We will examine traditional and shared leadership. As you can see, to the left, you have the traditional leadership where you have a team leader taking decisions, giving instructions. But on the other hand, you have shared leadership, the team leader, who enables people to act, establish shared visions, facilitates teamwork, coaches, delegates, and installs collaborative decision making and problem solving. Instead of educational leadership involves the practice of multiple individuals and occurs throughout the complex networks of relationships and interactions among the entire staff, the distributed leadership perspective is relatively new and has begun to influence many schools throughout the country. During the past 2 decades, scholars and leaders in general have acknowledged that leadership is not solely embedded upon the formal rules and often emerge from relationships between people. Teacher teams. Teacher teams have emerged as a popular school improvement strategy. This renewed and broadened interest in teams follows the long-lasting popularity of teams as a central component of schools. This practice of collaboration for the purpose of making educational decisions embraces the realignment of roles and relationships of school community members, scholarships on professional learning communities, indicate that change is more likely to be effective and enduring when those responsibilities for those implementations are included in a shared decision-making process. Studies such as this suggest that in schools where teachers work in self-managing teams to develop goals, curricula, instructional strategies, budgets, and staff development programs, students often achieve at higher levels. Distribution of interaction. We suggest that the distribution of leadership throughout the use of collaborative structures such as teams is ultimately constituted throughout the process of social interaction. The situation distribution of leadership throughout the team structures creates a content that frames these processes. The two types of leaderships that I found in this study are situational distribution of leadership and social distribution of leadership. Interactions are the bridge between collective agency and the collaborative groups, and the renewal structural forms that produce interaction themselves warrants investigated through the study. In this study, a large comprehensive high school in a mid-sized Missouri community was selected. Prior to selecting teams to the study, was met with the principal and the school to discuss the researchers indicated that they were interested in focusing on two teams that had demonstrated the ability to work under their charge. Their administration and faculty willingness to participate. Long teacher teams goes back until 1986. The demographic, as you can see, was 83% African American, percent Asian, and less than 1% Native American. The two teams that will be discussed in this study would be the building professional learning teams that address non-instructional functions, and then the instructional professional learning team that are organized by discipline. Both teams have been established about one academic year. The building professional learning team consisted of 7 members. Those members included the coordinator, 2 social studies teachers, the director of special education, director of guidance, and an outreach counselor. Each of the teachers had 25 or more years of experience in public education. The instructional professional consisted of 3 social studies English teachers, and together to teach in a block schedule format. These teachers' experience range from 2 to 10 years. In both studies, most of the team members were white females, except for one. One was a white male. The method that was used in this study was field notes, digital recordings, 18 team meetings were observed, coded schemes, discourse analysis, constant comparative analysis.